Hello and welcome to the last compilation video that we're doing. This one is about things that I consider to be spirituality. So I hope you all enjoy. Hello and welcome back to another video. In this video I will talk about Deja Vu. Deja Vu is a French word for already seen. Emile Bourdiac was the French psychic, parapsychologist, and philosopher who coined the word. It was first written in a letter to the editor of Revue philosophique de la France et l'étranger in 1876. From a scientific point of view, déjà vu is when your brain creates a sensation as if you have lived a certain situation before, but you're able to retrieve it from your memory and cannot identify the actual situation. It happens when you are entirely unknown in an entirely or unknown or a new situation. However, it seems very familiar. In spirituality, deja vu can be a sign that you are on the right path. Your soul is trying to tell you that you are with the right people. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Hello, and welcome back to another video. In this one, we will talk about numerology and each number's meaning. Numerology is the belief in the occult, divine, or mystical relationship between a number and coinciding events. It is also the study of the numerical value of the letters and names. When it is applied to a person's name, it is a form of onomancy. Numerology is often associated with the paranormal, alongside astrology and similar divinatory arts. Numerology makes up a powerful sacred system to calculate life path numbers and destiny numbers. The teachings of numerology often offers insight on personality, future events, and even life's greater purpose. The easiest way to begin working with numerology is to analyze your date of birth. Nowadays, you can find an online numerology calculator that will do all the math for you. Whatever number it gives you is your life path number. Number 1 is linked to forward motion. 1 symbolizes a pioneering spirit, independent nature, and innate leadership capabilities. On a bad day, 1s can be a bit bossy or boastful, hiding any insecurities behind overdeveloped self-importance. 1s must remember that although it is first, it can quickly become the loneliest number. Number 2 is linked to sensitivity, balance, and harmony. 2s assume the role of the mediator, creating harmony by bringing together dissonant forces through compassion, empathy, and kindness. 2s are linked to psychic abilities and intuition. People with this number will be astute to subtle energy shifts and emotional nuances. Because they are so sensitive, they can end up feeling underappreciated or unacknowledged. 2s must avoid seeking external validation and instead realize that perfect equilibrium needed already exists within. Communication is key for people with the number 3. Symbolically, 3 represents the output of 2 joined forces. It's the essence of creation. 3 is very gifted at expression, seamlessly sharing innovative and pioneering concepts through art, writing, and creation. Their work inspires, motivates, and uplifts others, but they enjoy making others smile. But they are also known to be moody, and if they feel misunderstood, they may withdraw entirely. The escapist tendencies of 3s are easily mitigated by practicing peaceful mindfulness. With such an active imagination, it's important for 3s to find moments of quiet to reset, restore, and recharge. Number 4 has an earthly energy and is centered around fortifying roots. 4 believes in the physical world and knows that investing in a solid infrastructure is necessary for building a lasting legacy. Practical, hardworking, and responsible, they are focused on creating logical systems that can support scalpable growth. There is a solidity to 4s, however, that can quickly devolve into rigidity. They must remember that rules are meant to enhance, not inhibit. It's easy for them to become stubborn, so 4s benefit from learning how to loosen up and think outside of the box. They will feel liberated and inspired by finding the bravery to take a few bold risks. Free thinking, adventurous, and progressive, 5 is defined by freedom. 5s need to experience the world by engaging in the 5 senses. For them, life lessons are acquired through spontaneous acts of bravery. 5s are known for their playful, impulsive, and vivacious spirit, but they can also become restless and impatient. Since they are always seeking discovery, they have a difficult time accepting life's day to day responsibilities. 5s must remember that when they narrow their gaze, they will discover that the most rewarding exploration exists in their own backyard. Number 6 is recognized for its nurturing, supportive, and empathic nature. A true healer, they have the ability to problem solve in both emotional and physical realms, helping others with their straightforward yet gentle approach. 6s have a strong sense of responsibility and cares deeply for their loved ones. They can easily communicate with children and animals, displaying a soft tenderness and caretaker spirit. But not everything needs to be parented, and sometimes their protective energy can become domineering and controlling. To avoid carrying the world on their shoulders, 6s must learn to build trust and understanding for others. 7s are known for their investigative abilities and analytical skills. 7s are extremely detail oriented, but is driven by inner wisdom as opposed to tangible realities. 7s have been eyes, and their astute observations fuel a quick witted, inventive spirit. Because they can quickly find flaws in almost any system, 7s are perfectionists. 7s will often assume fault, so it's important to counterbalance the inherent skepticism with an open mind. 8s are all about abundance and are linked to material wealth and financial success. Ambitious and goal oriented, 8s can effortlessly assume leadership positions through their natural magnetism. They apply big picture thinking to broaden their scope, racing up to the top of any ladder to reach extraordinary heights. 8s breed workaholics, and on a bad day, they can become excessively controlling and possessive. However, their negative qualities can be lessened by giving back to the community. By using this success to help others, 8s realize that there is nothing more valuable than contributing to the greater good. Number 9 connotes an old soul and is no stranger of life's ups and downs. Accordingly, 9s can effortlessly synthesize large quantities of stimuli, physically connecting the dots to form a cohesive whole. Their mission is to reach their highest state of consciousness and to help others reach this spiritual awareness. 9s aren't afraid to transform, and their malleable spirit inspires others to explore their own ranges of motion. Since they have transcended the physical plane, they must consistently remember to anchor themselves. 9s must learn to balance the abstract with the tangible. Master number 11 revs up the energy of number 2. Their purpose is to heal themselves and others through its elevated psychic abilities. Often, 11's intuitive gifts are a result of extreme life circumstances. 11s have no choice but to cultivate extrasensory talents. Number 11 is connected to spiritual enlightenment, awareness, and philosophical balance. Master number 22, often referred to as the Master Builder, expands on the vibrations of number 4. 22s are inspired to create platforms in the physical realm that transcend immediate realities by fusing that tangible and intangible. 22s cultivate a dynamic long-term legacy. Their skills are usually a byproduct of early childhood instability that fuels innovative thought. Industrious, creative, and dependable, Master number 22 is always on a mission to transform. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below which number you are, and I'll see y'all next time. Hello, and welcome back to another video. In this video, I will talk about shamans and shamanism. Shamanism might just be the oldest spiritual practice in the world. Its origins stem from indigenous peoples of far northern Europe and Siberia. Shamanism is a religious practice that involves interacting with a spirit world through altered states of consciousness, like a trance. The goal of these trances is usually to direct spirits or spiritual energy into the physical world for the purpose of healing, divination, or to aid humans. Shamanism is thought to be the key to existence. As long as shamanic rituals are practiced, we will continue to exist. Shamans are concerned with the health and well-being of the entire community. This includes all people, plants, animals, and the environment. In fact, animals play many roles in the shamanic practice. They frequently act as psychopomp spirits, which helps the soul on its journey. The shaman's animal spirit guards his soul from evil influences as it transcends the realm. Shamans believe that spirits exist and that they can be good or evil. They also believe that diseases lie in the spiritual realm, but shamans can treat diseases caused by evil spirits. Shamans use both physical and spiritual means to heal. Shamans perform varied forms of divination, such as scrying and throw bones. They can also invoke spirit animal images as spirit guides, omens, and message carriers. They also have an expert knowledge of medicinal plants native in their area. People with shamanic knowledge are either given power or they are feared. South American shamans are chief-like figures in their tribe. They use medicine songs, called icaros, to invoke spirits. Before a spirit can be summoned, it must teach the shaman its icaros, or song. Icaroses are depicted on tapestries by a meandering pattern resembling a puzzle or maze. South American and Siberian shamans are known to use hallucinogenic substances and intoxicants to induce the ecstatic state. Many South American shamans perform ayahuasca ceremonies. They create a tea from the Banisteria opus caapi plant, often referred to as yage. They mix this with a plant that contains monoamine inhibitors. This is used to connect to the spirit world. Other South American shamans would use the psychoactive mescaline from peyote, San Pedro, and other cacti to induce the shamanic state. The botanical choice of Siberian shamans is the fly agaric mushroom. The mushroom is highly poisonous and must be used carefully, as a mistake may lead to death. The shaman would feed the mushroom to a reindeer and drink its urine to inactivate the poison. Shamanism in Siberia is considered its origin. The word shaman actually comes to us from the Eastern Siberian language, where it derives from the root to know. Shamans often claim to have been called through dreams or signs. However, some say that their powers are inherited. Siberian shamans were either initiated by other shamans, or they would take a solitary spiritual journey from the tribe to contact spirits. North American shamans typically gain their knowledge and power through inheritance, personal quest, election, or by spiritual needs. Some of the weirdest forms of shamanic initiations come in elaborate ceremonies of dismemberment. This is usually accompanied with a process of renewal where the is given new limbs. The ornamental clothes of a shaman are provided during the initial ceremonies. Very often it is considered to be impregnated with spirits. In some cultures, a dead shaman's clothes are hung from a tree where the spiritual possessions cause it to fling, dance, and shimmer. Shamanism has had to fight oppression from governments and religions worldwide that believe it to be a manic and primitive tradition. In fact, shamanism was outlawed under the Soviet Union, but has had a resurgence since the fall of the USSR. Shamans' mysticism and continued practice is strong throughout tribal cultures. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all next time. Hello and welcome back to another video. In this video I will talk about what divination is and some of the kinds of divination. Divination is the practice of seeking knowledge of the future or unknown by supernatural means. From the earliest stages of civilization, people have used divination to speak with the supernatural when seeking help with their public or private lives. Divination is one of the primary practices used by shamans, seers, priests, medicine men, sorcerers, and witches. Practice of divination is widespread and has been known in virtually every historical period. The biblical prophets used various forms of divination. Medieval kings and modern presidents have consulted astrologers. Both oracles and seers in ancient Greece practiced divination. Oracles were conduits for the gods on earth. Their prophecies were understood to be the will of the gods. Seers were not in direct contact with the gods. Instead, they were interpreters of the signs provided by the gods. Seers used many methods to explicate the will of the gods, using haruspices and bird signs. In ancient Roman religion, haruspicy is the inspection of the entrails of sacrificed animals, especially the livers of sheep and poultry. The reading of omens specifically from the liver is known to the gods as hepatoscopy. The ancient Roman practice of interpreting omens from the observed behaviors of birds is known as augury. I just like this picture, so hope you do too. Geomancy is a method of divination that interprets markings on the ground or the patterns formed by tossed handfuls of dirt or rocks. Geomancy was practiced by people from all social classes. It was one of the most popular forms of divination throughout Africa and Europe. In Renaissance magic, geomancy was classified as one of the 7 forbidden arts, along with necromancy, pyromancy, hydromancy, eromancy, spectromancy, and palmistry. Palmistry is the pseudoscience practice of fortune-telling through the study of the palm. There are many, often conflicting interpretations of various lines and palmar features across various teachings of palmistry. Simply put, palmistry is the art of analyzing the physical features of the hands to interpret personality, characteristics, and predict future happenings. The non-dominant hand reveals natural personalities, while the dominant hand shows how these traits have been actualized in practice. Together, they reveal how a person is utilizing their potential in this lifetime. Astrology is a range of divination practices recognized as a pseudoscientific practice since the 18th century that claims to discern information about human affairs and terrestrial events by studying the apparent positions of celestial objects. Different cultures have employed forms of astrology since at least the 2nd millennia BCE. Contemporary Western astrology is often associated with systems of horoscopes that purport to explain aspects of a person's personality and predict significant events in their lives based on the position of celestial objects. The word astrology comes from the early Latin word astrologia. Fortune-telling is the practice of predicting information about a person's life. The scope of fortune-telling is identical with the practice of divination. Contemporary Western images of fortune telling grow out of folklorist reception of Renaissance magic. Common methods used for fortune telling in Europe and the Americas include astromancy, Horae astrology, pendulum reading, tasiography, cartomancy, and crystallomancy. There are interesting other forms of fortune telling, such as aeromancy, which is interpreting atmospheric conditions, electromancy, by observation of a rooster pecking at grains, auramancy, by someone's aura or feelings, and naeviology, by moles, scars, or other bodily marks. Cow Chim, also known as lottery poetry, is a fortune-telling practice in which the person asking the questions requests the answers from a sacred oracle lot. The practice is often performed in a Taoist or Buddhist temple in front of an altar. Cow Chim sticks are flat sticks generally made of bamboo, which are stored in a bamboo chim bucket. They resemble wide, flat incense sticks. They are generally painted red at one end. A single number, both in Arabic numerals and Chinese characters, are inscribed on each stick having a different number. There are usually 100 sticks in a cup. The question asker kneels in prayer, holding the cup between their palms and asking their question to the deity. Then they shake the cup until a single stick leaves the cup. In most cases, if multiple sticks leave the cup, they put them back in and shake the cup again. Each stick corresponds to an answer. Answers can be interpreted by a temple priest or self-interpreted using a book of Chinese poetic phrases and stories. Xiaobei are wooden divination tools originating from China. They are used in pairs and thrown to seek divine guidance in the form of a yes or no question. They are made out of wood or bamboo and are carved so that one side is flat and the other is round. Xiaobei can be used separately to receive a straightforward answer, or they can be accompanied by cow chim sticks to clarify an oracle. Kumen Dongjia is an ancient form of divination from China. It's based on astronomical observations and consists of various aspects of Chinese metaphysics, including the doctrines of Yin and Yang, 5 elements, the 8 trigrams, the 10 heavenly stems, and the 12 earthly branches. The Kwemen Dunjia cosmic board consists of a 3x3 magic square of 9 palaces, which includes a heaven and earth plate, a spirit plate, 8 gates plate, and a star plate. The various symbols rotate around the places with each double hour of the day, making a total of 1,080 different configurations. The Kwemen Dunjia is time sensitive. The analyst makes reference to the configuration of the cosmic board at the time the question was asked. The task of the analyst is to interpret and analyze the meanings of the symbols in relation to the question asked. The Xiaobing Song is a poem written by Liu Bowen during the Ming Dynasty. The poem is written in a cryptic form and is difficult to understand. Some believe certain lines contain things that were going to happen in the future. Some researchers claim that the Xiaobing Song is quite spiritual and is representative of the Chinese prophecy culture. Tui Bei Tu is a Chinese prophecy book from the 7th century Tang Dynasty, written by Lu Chengfen and Yan Tiangang. This book is known for predicting the future of China. The book is supposed to contain clues to China's future conveyed through a series of 60 surreal drawings, each accompanied by an equally obscure poem. Each poem is a prophecy which describes a historical Chinese event that will occur in order. Waniromancy is a form of divination based upon dreams and also uses dreams to predict the future. Wanira Gen plants may be used to produce or enhance dreamlike states of consciousness. Occasionally, the dreamer feels as if they are transported to another time or place. While neuromancy occurs throughout the Bible as omens or messages from God, while neurocritic literature is the traditional format of dream interpretation, the ancient sources of this are Cometian, Akkadian, and Hellenic, while the medieval sources are Hindu, Persian, Arabic, and European. There is evidence that in addition to a writing system, runes were used as a form of divination in magic. They come in a set of 24 ancient alphabetical symbols. Each rune has a different meaning, with some having reversed meanings, just like tarot. The art of scrying has been used for centuries by psychics, witches, and others in the spiritual community. Scrying is an ancient divination technique where the scryer gazes into a reflection of an object to receive symbols, guidance, or images from the spirit realm. Mirror scrying is done by relaxing your eyes and gazing at your reflection. Symbols and visions will begin to emerge when your eyes soften. Scrying with a crystal ball is the most well-known type of scrying, using a polished or natural crystal shaped into a sphere to gaze into your reflection and interpret images. Fire scrying, or pyromancy, is peering into a flame to see what images appear. Eye scrying is also called soul gazing. This is the only method that requires another person to be involved. Eye scrying consists of peering into another's eyes for messages and images. Also, if y'all didn't know, using a Ouija board is considered divination. Tarot cards are small paper cards that come in a deck. The earliest references to tarot all date back to the 1440s and 1450s, and the fall within the quadrilateral defined by northern cities of Venice, Milan, Florence, and Urbino. In both Italy and France, the original purpose of tarot was a parlor game. By the late 18th century, people began assigning the cards meanings and says to use them for divination. Tarot cards are probably the most commonly used divination tool in the world. Tarot cards rely on intuition to shuffle and pick the cards and to understand how they apply to the person you are using them for. The final type of divination I will talk about in this video is molybdendomancy. This is a form of divination using molten metal. Lead shapes are melted in a ladle over a flame and then poured into water. The resulting shape is then interpreted for a message. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Tell me in the comments below what your favorite type of divination to use or to have used on you is, and I will see y'all next time. Hello and welcome back to another video. In this one I'm going to talk about chakras. Chakras are spinning energy centers within our bodies, connecting our physical, mental, and emotional selves. The word chakra comes from the Sanskrit language and it means disc or wheel. The concept of chakras dates back thousands of years to ancient India, where they were first mentioned in the sacred texts called the Vedas. Over time, chakra techniques evolved and expanded through various spiritual and philosophical traditions, including Hinduism, Buddhism, and Tantra. As knowledge of chakras spread across the world, different cultures and traditions adapted and interpreted these energy centers in their own unique ways. Today, chakra teachings have become a significant part of Western holistic practices, often blending Eastern philosophies with modern psychology and energy healing medicine. Over the past 2 decades, interest in chakras and related practices have surged in Western countries. Google Trends data shows that searches for chakras have steadily increased since 2004. Chakras play a central role in various spiritual practices such as yoga, meditation, and energy healing. Each tradition has its own perspective on chakras, but they all share the common goal of achieving balance, self-awareness, and spiritual growth. When our chakras are balanced and functioning harmoniously, we experience optimal health, happiness, and a strong sense of inner peace. However, when one or more chakras is blocked or misaligned, it can lead to various physical, mental, and spiritual issues. By understanding and working with our chakras, we can bring balance and harmony back into our lives. There are 7 chakras, and I'm going to talk about each of them. The first chakra is the crown chakra, or Sashahara. It's located at the top of the head, and it's represented by the color purple. Its element is cosmic energy. The crown chakra connects us to the divine, universal consciousness, and higher states of awareness. When balanced, we experience spiritual enlightenment, unity, and a sense of oneness with all living beings. People with a balanced crown chakra have a strong spiritual connection to their higher selves. If this chakra is blocked, we may feel disconnected from our spiritual selves, a lack of purpose, or struggle with existential questions. They will seek happiness in the external world rather than within. They may also be narrow minded and stubborn. If they become overactive, they can lose touch with reality and struggle to function in the physical world. The next chakra is the third eye chakra, or Ajna. It's located between the eyebrows and its color is indigo. The third eye chakra's element is light. The third eye chakra is the center of intuition, insight, and spiritual wisdom. When balanced, we can access our inner guidance, heightened perception, and psychic abilities. If this chakra is open, you will be able to see the bigger picture in situations and will be able to make decisions without the ego's influence. You'll be able to hear and follow guidance from the universe through your intuition. If your third eye chakra is blocked, you'll be overly attached to the external world and unable to connect to your inner wisdom. We may feel a lack of clarity or struggle with decision making. An Ajna chakra blockage can manifest physically as headaches and vision problems. If this chakra is overactive, you will likely be cynical about beliefs different from yours and have trouble accepting reality. Next up is throat chakra, or Vashidha. As the name implies, it's located in the throat. It's represented with the color blue, and its element is space or ether. The throat chakra is responsible for communication, self expression, and truth. If your throat chakra is balanced, you'll feel confident in public speaking and expressing your ideas and opinions. You will be able to clearly articulate your words and speak your truth without holding back. Also, you can listen to others and participate in debates and heated conversations without turning them into arguments. If there is a blockage in this chakra, you'll struggle to communicate with others and express yourself. If the chakra is underactive, you might hold back in speaking your truth and instead say what you think will please others. On the other hand, an overactive throat chakra might make it challenging to listen to people. The fourth chakra is the heart chakra, or Anahata. It is located in the center of the chest. Its color is green, and its element is air. The heart chakra is the bridge between the higher and lower chakras. A person with a balanced heart chakra freely feels and expresses love, joy, and gratitude. They can see their blessings and the beauty around them, and as a result, they enjoy happy relationships. They can feel empathy towards others and can forgive easily. They fully love and accept themselves and can set healthy boundaries, resulting in a sense of harmony within. Someone with a blocked heart chakra will find it difficult to feel love, compassion, and understanding for others. They will find it equally challenging to accept love. They will struggle to find things to be thankful for, as they have a tendency to see the bad in people and in situations. The next chakra is the solar plexus chakra, or Manipura. It's located above the navel and is represented with yellow. This chakra's element is fire. The solar plexus chakra is the center of our personal power. A balanced solar plexus chakra gives you the confidence, self-belief, and inner strength to turn your dreams into reality. You will feel courage, and you'll be able to pick yourself up after knockbacks and failures. A person with a strong solar plexus chakra also has a high energy level. If your Manipura chakra is blocked, you will lack confidence and self-belief. You may get new ideas and start new projects, but fail to follow them through. But if your solar plexus chakra is overactive, you may be controlling, power hungry, self centered, and competitive. As a result, you'll likely get angry quickly. The sixth chakra is the sacral chakra, or Swadhisthana. It is located below the navel, and its element is water. The sacral chakra is represented with orange. It governs our emotions, sexuality, and creativity. People with a balanced sacral chakra can tap into their creative potential and freely express themselves. They also feel emotionally stable. They will feel joy and pleasure from things and experiences and pass it on in both romance and life. An unbalanced sacral chakra typically results in an inability to control your emotions. They also struggle to find something in life they feel passionate about and lack romantic passion in relationships. The final chakra is the root chakra, or Muladhara. It is represented with the color red and its element is earth. The root chakra is located at the base of the spine. The root chakra is our foundation and represents stability, security, and basic needs. When this chakra is balanced, you feel grounded, safe, and at ease. It also determines how secure and at home you feel in yourself. So, with the balanced root chakra, you will be able to do things independently, yet have no issues relying or depending on others. If your root chakra is weak, you feel unstable or unsafe. You are also more likely to have money worries. People with blocked root chakras typically feel weak, fearful, and insecure. They may struggle to trust others and the world around them and expect that bad things to happen. I hope y'all enjoyed learning about chakras, and I'll see y'all next time. Hello, and welcome back to another video. Today I will talk about Louisiana Voodoo. Louisiana Voodoo is an Afro-American religion which originated in Louisiana. It arose through a synchronization of traditional religions of South Africa, the Roman Catholic form of Christianity, and Haitian Voodoo. French settlers arrived in Louisiana in 1699, with the first enslaved Africans being brought there in 1719. In 1763, the Spanish Empire took control and remained in power until 1803. The religion of the slaves combined with elements of the religions of their captors, providing the origin of Louisiana Voodoo. Under the French and Spanish governments, Voodoo did not experience strong persecution. All of the Western African groups contributed to the development of Louisiana Voodoo. Their knowledge of herbs, poisons, and the ritual creation of charms and amulets intended to protect oneself or harm others became a key part of Louisiana Voodoo. The Owanga, a charm used to poison an enemy, contains toxic roots of the figulaire maudit tree, which is brought from Africa and preserved in Louisiana. The ground up root is combined with other ingredients like bones, nails, roots, holy water, holy candles, or crucifixes. The administrator of the ritual frequently invoked protection from Jehovah and Jesus Christ. This openness of African belief allowed for the adoption of the Catholic practices into Louisiana Voodoo. Voodoo was never explicitly banned in Louisiana. However, amid establishment fears that voodoo may be used to start a slave rebellion, in 1817 the municipal issued an ordinance preventing slaves from dancing on days other than Sundays and in places that weren't designated for dancing. The main location permitted was New Orleans Congo Square, but voodoo dance rituals continued at other locations. In the early 19th century, newspaper articles began denouncing the religion. In August 1850, about 50 women were arrested at a voodoo dance ceremony. In 1855, a mob attempted to seize a practitioner, Elizabeth Sutherland, who they accused of hexing people, but local police protected her. During the American Civil War, the Union Army occupied New Orleans and sought to suppress voodoo. Depression of voodoo Oppression of voodoo intensified following the Civil War. In the 1880s and 1890s, the New Orleans authorities again clamped down on voodoo. Voodoo was used as evidence to bolster the white elite's claim that Africans were inferior to Europeans. Various practitioners set up shops selling paraphernalia and charms. They also began exploiting the commercial opportunities of the religion by staging ceremonies and charging for entry. By the early 20th century, there were no more publicly prominent voodoo practitioners in New Orleans. But later in the 20th century, voodoo saw a resurgence. Various groups emerged, such as the African American Miriam Chamani, who established the Voodoo Spiritual Temple in 1990. The Voodoo revival has drawn many of its deities from Haitian Voodoo, which were called Iwa. They were often considered to be intermediaries of God, who in Haitian Voodoo is usually termed Le Bon Dieu. There are 4 phases to Voodoo rituals, all identifiable by the song being sung. They are preparation, invocation, possession, and farewell. The songs are used to open the gate between the deities and the human world and invite the spirits to possess someone. In the 21st century, various voodoo groups wore white clothing for their ceremonies. Influenced by Haitian Voodoo, those assembled may dance around a central post called the Poto Mitan. Patterned flags called drapos may be brought out, while songs are sung in Haitian Creole. Drawings called veve may be made on the floor to invoke the spirits. Practitioners sometimes perform rituals to deal with specific issues. In August 1995, voodoo practitioners held a ritual in the Baywater area of New Orleans to try to drive away crime. Many contemporary practitioners have their own personal altars, often in their kitchen or living room. These altars are understood as assisted communication, with food and drink being offered. Many historical voodoo rituals involved the presence of a snake. Marie Laveau was described speaking to a snake during her ceremonies. The New Orleans Voodoo Spiritual Temple has its own temple snake. Charms created to either help or harm are called gris-gris. A common charm for protection or luck would consist of material wrapped up in red flannel and worn around the neck. An example of a voodoo curse is to place an object inside the pillow of the victim. Another involves placing a coffin inscribed with the victim's name on their doorstep. In other instances, voodoo practitioners sought to hex others by placing black crosses, salt, or mixtures incorporating mustard, lizards, bones, oil, and grave dust on a victim's doorstep. To counter these hexes, some people cleaned their doorstep. Some others would sprinkle their doorstep with powdered brick. Healing plays a prominent role in 21st century Louisiana voodoo. Various botanicas exist in New Orleans that sell herbs and other materials for use in ritual preparations. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all next time. Hello and welcome to another video. In this one I'm going to talk about Reiki. Many consider Mika Usai or Usai Sensei the creator of Reiki, but I found at least 4 styles of Reiki healing being practiced in Japan before that. In 1914, Maiji Kawakami, a Japanese therapist, created the healing style Reiki Roho. The other styles in use at that time were Rakan Tonshu Roho, created by Raikaku Isanuki, Senshin Ryu Reiki Roho, created by Kogetsu Matsubara, and Saido Rishojutsu, created by Raisen Oyama. These forms were already in use in March 1922 when Mikai Uso had his mystical experience on Kirama Rama, in which he was given Reiki energy and from this developed his style called Usui Reiki Roho. Because of the conditions in Japan after World War II, Usui Reiki became the predominant form of Reiki practice throughout the world. Reiki is a Japanese form of healing energy. Practitioners use a technique called palm healing in which the universal energy travels through the practitioner's palms to the patient in order to encourage emotional or physical healing. Reiki is based on Qi, which practitioners say is a universal life energy. Reiki masters train for years to understand and navigate subtle energy shifts. During Reiki training, practitioners learn several symbols, including the power symbol, the mental symbol, the distance symbol, the Usai master symbol, and the holy fire symbol. The symbols are activated by practitioners during ceremonies called attunement. Activating the power symbol increases the energy that comes from the universe. It may be used to focus one's attention for physical healing, cleansing, and more. The power symbol strengthens one's aura. Practitioners also use it to protect their car while driving. They use it to strengthen their power by drawing it over their chakras and on their hands. It's also used at the end to seal the healing energies. The mental symbol or harmony symbol is used for mental and emotional healing, as well as healing or strengthening relationships. It can be used to heal any kind of emotional issue. It can also be used to heal negative thoughts and replace them with more productive ones. It can also be used for healing addictions, getting to sleep, remembering dreams, and learning new things. The distance symbol crosses time and space, allowing for long distance Reiki. This symbol is an essential tool used to connect one with their inner child or resolve past issues, including past life issues. The Usai Master symbol is one of the most powerful symbols. This symbol empowers the power symbol, mental symbol, and the distance symbol and strengthens them in a grounded way. It enhances the connection between one's physical and higher self so that one may more easily access one's spiritual gifts. The Master symbol assists with developing and strengthening self-awareness, personal growth, spiritual development, and intuition. The Holy Fire symbol represents the spiritual flame of Holy Spirit energy. The actual image is a living flame with brilliant colors that are constantly changing and has a very bright center. The Holy Fire symbol can burn up negative energy, release malefic spirits or entities, and promote healing of the body, mind, and emotions. Holy Fire can empower by giving vitality, confidence, safety, peace, and the feeling of being loved. The 4 qualities of Holy Fire energy are purification, healing, empowerment, and guidance. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all next time. Hello, and welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm going to talk about a few types of Satanism. The first type I'm going to talk about is Luciferian. Luciferians view Lucifer as a spiritual and enlightened being. They embrace the enjoyment of one's life. but they accept that there are greater and more spiritual goals to be pursued and achieved. Many Luciferians see Satan and Lucifer as symbols of different aspects of the same being, the carnal and material Satan versus the enlightened and spiritual Lucifer. Luciferians believe themselves to be motivated by independent thought. Luciferians pay respect to Lucifer rather than worship him. Luciferians are not subservient to him, but believe he has many things to teach them. They hold ethics that include showing respect to the deserving and leaving alone the ones who have caused no problems. Lucifer is not regarded as an embodiment of evil. To worship a being of true evil is regarded as an act of a psychopath. Next up is the beliefs of the Church of Satan. The Church of Satan was founded on April 30th, 1966 by Anton Sandor LaVey. It is the first above-ground organization to openly dedicate it to the acceptance of man's true nature. To them, Satan is the symbol that best suits the nature of who we are, carnal by birth. He represents pride, liberty, and individualism. The third type is the beliefs of the Satanic Temple. The mission of the Satanic Temple is to encourage benevolence and empathy, reject tyrannical authority, advocate practical common sense, oppose injustice, and undertake noble pursuits. The Satanic Temple has publicly confronted hate groups, fought for the abolishment of corporal punishment in public schools, applied for equal representation when religious installations are placed on public property, provided religious exemption and legal protection against laws that unscientifically restrict people's reproductive anatomy, exposed harmful pseudoscientific practitioners in mental health care, organized clubs alongside other religious after-school clubs in schools besieged by proselyting organizations, and engaged in other advocacy in accordance with their tenets. There are 7 fundamental tenets in the Satanic Temple. 1. One should strive to act with compassion and empathy towards all creatures in accordance with reason. 2. The struggle for injustice the struggle for justice is an ongoing and necessary pursuit that should prevail over laws and institutions. 3. One's body is inviolable, subject to one's own will alone. 4. The freedom of others should be respected, including the freedom to offend. To willfully and unjustly encroach upon the freedom of another is to forego one's own. 5. Beliefs should conform one's best scientific understanding of the world. One should take care to never distort scientific facts to fit one's beliefs. 6. People are fallible. If one makes a mistake, one should do one's best to rectify it and resolve any harm that might have been caused. And 7. Every tenet is a guiding principle designed to inspire nobility in action and thought. The spirit of compassion, wisdom, and justice should always prevail over the written or spoken word. In June 2022, a man set fire to the Salem Satanic Temple. Lucian Greaves, the temple's co-founder and spokesperson, posted on Twitter what appeared to be security camera images of a guy wearing a gray t-shirt adorned with the word God. Greaves said that the man was spreading accelerant on the fire temple's headquarters. The front porch of the temple was damaged, but nobody was injured. The man described his own actions as a hate crime. The last type of Satanism I'm going to talk about in this video is theistic Satanism. They believe in a literal Satan and literal hell. They recognize the story of God but choose Satan's side. They believe that Satan is the benefactor of humankind, not God. It was Satan that gave free will, swaying us from servitude to God, and encourages people to embrace our nature as wise, rational, resilient, and powerful beings capable of self-governance. They believe in the constant pursuit of self-betterment. always striving to become stronger, wiser, and more capable than our prior selves. They also strive to caretake the people and things that matter most, their dreams, ambitions, loved ones, passions, and desires. They do not condone malice, wanton violence, or cruelty. They do not advocate hatred, nor do they tolerate those that wish to bastardize their religions for hateful agendas. They do not believe in bigotry, alienation, or the persecution of those that think and live differently than they do. The five infernal tenets were created by Reverend Cain. The tenets are what they believed best encapsulate theistic Satanism. The first tenet, the Satanist should be dedicated to the pursuit of self-betterment. They should also remain devoted to the people, principles, and pursuits they hold dear. The second tenet is resilience. The Satanist must be willing to weather the failures, diversions, and relentless obstacles of life. The Satanist should strive to embody the spirit of Satan, standing boldly in the face of adversity, always prepared to defend their principles, beliefs, and passions. The third tenet is clarity. The Satanist must strive for clarity in every action and thought. The Satanist must clearly assess the road they travel, where they are, and where they wish to go. Once they have charted their path, they must stay the course. The fourth tenet is autonomy. The Satanists must never forfeit their autonomy to any person, hardship, or body. They must also aim to limit behaviors that may weaken one's sense of autonomy. The final tenet is wisdom. The Satanists should always strive to be informed as possible. They must learn how to apply the knowledge they gain from life and from the left-hand path, as knowledge is useless until it helps shape one's actions, thoughts, desires, or earthly pursuits. There are three sins within theistic Satanism. The first sin is false judgment. The Satanists must do their best to avoid partaking in false judgment, which is defined as a judgment made without data, experience, or unbiased motives. The second sin is arrogance. The Satanists must do their best to tame their ego. Though it is a healthy part of a Satanist's path, it is far too easy to allow ego to devolve into arrogance. Arrogance is a blindfold that conceals the light of truth and poisons one's growth. The final sin is malice. The Satanists must not allow their heart to be filled with the vitriol of malice, as there are no winners in hatred. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all next time. Hello, and welcome to today's video. I will be talking about Palo Santo, sage, and Florida water. Palo Santo, which translates from Spanish meaning holy wood, is a sacred tree found in the South American coast. The wood from the Palo Santo tree is valued for its sweet aroma and spiritual qualities. When it burns, it produces a purifying smoke that is said to clear spaces, objects, and energies. Indigenous communities have a rich history of utilizing traditional methods for cleansing and healing. One common practice being the use of cleansing herbs in rituals. These rituals often involve shamans burning sacred herbs like sage, cedar, palo santo, and sweet grass to clear negative energies and promote healing. The smoke from these herbs and woods are believed to purify the mind, body, and soul, and create a sense of balance and harmony within individuals and in their surroundings. Palo Santo has a few other uses as well. Its soothing scent can alleviate stress and anxiety, promoting a sense of peace and calm throughout the day. It also has the unique ability to stimulate the mind, making it an excellent companion for work, study, or any creative endeavor. Lastly, Palo Santo is great for purifying crystals. The following are a few uses for sage. Sage has the ability to chase away negative energy. It also provides protection from evil spirits and curses. Also, it's known that certain types of sage have antimicrobial and antibacterial properties. Another spiritual use for sage is that it can enhance intuition. Floored water is an alcohol-based cologne first used in the early 1800s as a perfume. More recently, it has become a staple in mystical practices. It's primarily made by the company Murray and Landman, and it has a very citrusy floral scent. It was given the name Florida water because the fountain of youth is said to be somewhere in Florida. Here are some ways to use Florida water. 1. Offer it to your ancestors or guides. 2. Wipe your mirror with diluted Florida water, then do a self-love ritual in front of it. 3. Cleanse yourself energetically with Florida water by spraying it around you or putting a little bit on your wrists. 4. Use it in your all-purpose cleaner to cleanse your home. And 5. Wear some light perfume whenever you want protection. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all next time. Hello, and welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm going to talk about alchemy and its symbols. Alchemy is an area of study that was practiced in Europe, Asia, and Africa. It originated in the early centuries AD. Alchemists had three main goals: to create the Philosopher's Stone, create an elixir of eternal youth and health, and to transmute metals. Achieving any one of these goals would cause the alchemist to become incredibly rich and famous. Since the beginning of alchemy, alchemists have used symbols to represent different elements. Alchemy symbols sometimes contain hints of the qualities of elements were thought to have, as well as the history of the element. Using symbols helped alchemists keep their work secret from non-alchemists. Because early alchemy drew much of its attention from astrology, many alchemical element symbols are connected to planets or other celestial bodies. The three primes, also known as Tria Prima, were named by Swiss philosopher Paracelsus. He believed they contained poisons that caused disease, and by studying them, alchemists could learn to cure disease. He also believed it defined humans, and he assigned each of the elements to a different part of the human body. Mercury can mean both the element and the planet. In either case, this symbol represents the mind, as well as the state that could transcend death. In ancient times, Mercury was known as Quicksilver, which was believed to be able to shift between solid and liquid. So, in alchemy, Mercury was believed to shift between life and death. Mercury is also sometimes said to represent the passive female principle, as well as wetness and cold. Salt is now known to be the chemical compound comprised of sodium and chloride, but alchemists believed it to be a single element. Salt represents the body, as well as physical matter in general, crystallization, and condensation. Salt is often impure when first collected, but through chemical process it can be purified, which some alchemists compared to purification processes the human body can undergo. Sulfur, also known as brimstone, is the active male counterpart to Mercury's passive feminine. In antiquity, it was used as a traditional medicine in places ranging from China to Europe. It's mentioned in both the Torah and the Bible. Sulfur represents properties such as dryness, heat, and masculinity. In alchemy, it could also represent evaporation, expansion, and dissolution. In terms of the human body, it represented the soul. The four classical elements are based on the ancient Greek belief that air, fire, earth, and water composed all matter. Aristotle stated that air represented heat and wetness. Air in alchemy represented a life-giving force. Hippocrates associated air with blood. Aristotle labeled earth as cold and dry. Earth can represent physical movements and sensations. In alchemy, fire represents emotions such as passion, love, anger, and hate. Aristotle labeled it as hot and dry. Fire is also seen as more masculine. Aristotle labeled water as cold and wet, and Hippocrates associated it with phlegm. The Greek philosopher Theos believed water was the first substance created in the world. The 7 planetary metals. Each of these is a metal that is connected to a planet, a day of the week, and a human organ. Lead is representative of Saturn. Its day of the week is Saturday, and its organ is the spleen. Tin's celestial body is Jupiter. Its day of the week is Thursday, and its organ is the liver. Iron is connected to Mars. It is for Tuesday and the gallbladder. Gold's celestial body is the sun. Its day of the week is Sunday, and its organ is the heart. Gold represented perfection, and it was one of the most prominent symbols in alchemy. A key goal of many alchemists was to learn how to turn lead into gold. Copper's celestial body is Venus. Its day of the week is Friday, and its organ is the kidneys. Mercury's planet is Mercury. Its day of the week is Wednesday, and its organ is the lungs. Silver's celestial body is the moon. Its day of the week is Monday, and its organ is the brain. The mundane elements make up the rest of the elements used in alchemy. They are typically more recent additions to alchemy. Antimony represents the more wild and animalistic parts of human nature. It is sometimes represented as a wolf. In alchemy, arsenic is often represented by swans. This is because, as a metalloid, arsenic is capable of transforming its physical appearance, much like a cygnet transforms into a swan. Not much is known about how bismuth was used in alchemy. It was often confused with tin and lead. Magnesium isn't found in its pure form, so alchemists used magnesium carbonate when conducting experiments. Because magnesium can't easily be put out when ignited, it represented eternity. Phosphorus was an important element for alchemists because it appeared to have the ability to capture light. It represented the spirit. Alchemists believed platinum was a combination of gold and silver. Potassium isn't naturally found as a free element, so alchemists used potassium carbonate in their experiments. And lastly, alchemists burned zinc to create zinc oxide, which they called philosopher's wool or white snow. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all next time. Hello, and welcome back to another video. Today, we will talk about Hatman. The origins of Hatman are unknown, but there are hundreds of reports of people seeing him. He appears to be tall, pitch black figure dressed in a trench coat and a brimmed hat. He tends to appear in doorways, stalk or observe humans, disappear when approached, and stay silent. There are very few reports of Hatman harming people. If you would like to read people's accounts of their Hatman experiences, go to the Hatman Project website, link in description. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all next time. Hello, and welcome back to another video. In this one, we will be talking about ZOZO. ZOZO is a demon that comes through the Ouija board. ZOZO is known for creating the infinity symbol and a rapid rainbow effect when controlling the planchette that moves from Z to O repetitively. ZOZO is found in many cultures around the world. It's said that if you engage with ZOZO, that every time you use the Ouija board, it'll always be ZOZO responding. Once you have spoken with ZOZO, ZOZO does not allow other beings to communicate with you. This shows that ZOZO actually links to the person using the board. People that have encountered ZOZO claim that it will act innocent to gain trust, then cause chaos once trust is built. When ZOZO possesses a person, it's usually a female. There have been cases of women supposedly getting possessed or going missing. The following sentence was a mention of ZOZO translated from French. ZOZO, a demon accompanied by Mimi and Crapolet, possessed a young girl from the village of Thiely in Picardy in 1816. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all next time. Hello and welcome back to another video. In this one, we will be talking about demons. Demons are malevolent, supernatural entities. It's said that 1/3 of the angels became demons when they went to the devil. We will be talking about several different ones, but not all of them. Beelzebub, aka the Lord of Flies, is known as one of the 7 deadly demons. It represents gluttony. The name comes from the book of the Bible Kings. It referred to the deity worshipped by Philistines in Ekron. Asmodeus is a king of demons in the legends of Solomon. Asmodeus is classified as the demon of lust and is one of the 7 deadly demons. Lucifer is the name for the devil in Christian theology. Lucifer symbolizes pride as one of the 7 deadly demons. Supporters of Freemasonry say that the Luciferian path referred to the morning star, the light bearer, the search of light, not the darkness. Leviathan is a sea serpent demon noted in theology and mythology, and is also one of the 7 deadly demons. It's mentioned in several books of the Bible. Christian theologians identified Leviathan with envy. Belphegor is the deadly demon of sloth. According to 17th century demonologists, his powers are strongest in April. Mammon is the 7 deadly demon that is associated with greed. The last of the 7 deadly demons is Satan. In the Middle Ages, Satan played a minimal role. His significance increased as beliefs in demonic possessions grew. Abaddon is described as the king of an army of flies. Astaroth is known as the Great Duke of Hell. Azazel is the fallen angel responsible for introducing humans to forbidden knowledge, as described in the Book of Enoch. An incubus is a male demon in human form that seeks to have a sexual interaction with women, while a succubus is a female demon that seduces men through sexual intercourse. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all next time. Hello, and welcome back to another video. In this one, we will be talking about Yin Yang. The concept of Yin and Yang and the idea of complementary forces became popular with the work of the Chinese school of Yin Yang, which studied philosophy and cosmology in the 3rd century BCE. In Chinese mythology, Yin and Yang were born from chaos when the universe was first created, and they are believed to exist in harmony at the center of the earth. Yin is the black side. It represents the dark, feminine energy, north, water, passive, moon, earth, cold, odd, even numbers, valleys, poor, soft, and provides spirit to all things. Yin reaches its height of influence with the winter solstice. Yang is the white side. It represents light, masculine energy, south, fire, active, sun, heaven, warm, young, odd numbers, mountains, rich, hard, and provides form to all things. Yang reaches its height of influence with the summer solstice. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all next time. Hello, and welcome back to another video. In this one, we will be talking about 7 archangels. Archangel Michael is probably the most well-known of the archangels. He is the protector and most powerful of the archangels. Call on Michael when you need protection of any kind. He offers courage and guidance when you feel lost, and he loves to help healers perform their work. Archangel Michael is often depicted holding a golden sword. When practicing a cord cutting, you can envision Michael swooping in and cutting the negative energy cord with his sword. Archangel Raphael assists in physical healing. He is there for you when you're sick, and if you're a healer or work in healthcare, then you can trust he is always by your side. When it comes to mental health or addiction, Raphael will guide you. Archangel Raphael is often associated with the healing green light, a visionless light surrounding whatever health concern you need help with. Archangel Gabriel is said to be a messenger of God and is the angel for communications. He helps artists, writers, and teachers share their message with clarity and meaning. Archangel Ariel is the angel of nature, and she protects the planet's resources, ecosystem, and all animals. Call on Ariel when you want to connect more deeply with nature. Archangel Jophiel, whose name means beauty of God, is the archangel of creativity, wisdom, and fresh ideas. Archangel Chamuel's mission is to bring peace to the world. Chamuel helps us deal with difficult times and gives us courage when we feel defeated and alone. Archangel Azrael helps people when they are dying and assists newly crossed over souls adjust to the spirit realm. He is also there if you are grieving a loss. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I have my Christmas music playlist pinned here at the end if y'all would like to listen. Have a great day, and I'll see y'all next time. Hello, and welcome back to another video. In this one, we will talk about the basics of Chinese zodiacs. The Chinese zodiac is a repeating cycle of 12 years, with each year being represented by an animal. In order, they are rat, ox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, goat, monkey, rooster, dog, and pig. 2025 is the year of a snake. People born in the year of the rat are well behaved with fun and quirky personalities. They are friendly and easygoing, finding it easy to make friends despite a slight inclination to secrecy and introversion. People born in ox years are diligent with a strong sense of responsibility. Oxen are hard workers. They can be stubborn to the point of insisting on their way or the highway. The tiger personality is fiercely independent, confident, and bold. Tigers are charismatic and enthusiastic in nature. Rabbits are elegant, imaginative, and courteous to others because they hate conflict. They are great at adapting. Dragons present themselves as magnificent yet benevolent rulers who are confident, generous, idealistic, and ambitious. They are strong and independent figures, but they yearn for love and support. Dragons are wise and adventurous. Snakes are sensitive, effective, intelligent, and adaptable. They are easygoing and even tempered. Horses are leaders who rarely accept defeat. They are enthusiastic and passionate. Goats are tender and mild. They are known for their honest, kind, and empathic nature. Monkeys are creative and innovative. Monkeys are very sociable. Roosters are smart, ambitious, and competitive. Look to them during an emergency as they remain level headed. Dogs are friendly, fun loving, and fiercely loyal. They are the truest friends and most reliable partners. And lastly, pigs are calm and cheerful. Pigs are blessed with good fortune in life. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all next time. Hello, and welcome back to another video. In this video, we will talk a little bit about Qi. Qi is your life force energy, the energy that flows through you and through everything. It is what gives you life. The concept of Qi has its root in traditional Chinese medicine and martial arts, but the ideal of a vital life force energy and its role in our health can be found in many cultures. Various practices, including Qigong, Tai Chi, yoga, pranayama, acupuncture, and working with marma points, work to support the free flow of qi or prana. Healing happens when we are in a state of rest and when qi flows freely. Some ways to harness qi include practicing breathing, practicing mindful movement, practicing meditation, getting enough sleep, spending time in nature, exploring acupuncture, and working with marma points. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Hello, and welcome back to another video. In this one, I will go into the basics of astral projection. Astral projection is a term used to describe when the astral body separates from the physical body and travels through the astral plane. Astral projection has been characterized as a pseudoscience. The idea of astral travel was inspired by ancient beliefs across multiple cultures. The term astral projection was coined and promoted by 19th century theosophists. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all next time.